Welcome to my New Zealand Rugby channel, where the Kiwi spirit and rugby passion come together as one. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my mates. We agree with Hanyani Shimmy Shimange's assessment. The All Blacks clearly had the opportunity to learn from their loss at Eden Park, but it seems they failed to draw the necessary lessons. Their inability to capitalise on advantages and repeating mistakes shows complacency and a lack of timely tactical adjustments. In elite sport, that always comes at the cost of defeat. Analysing the rematch between South Africa and New Zealand, where the Springboks produced a spectacular comeback to defeat the All Blacks on Wellington soil, we not only see an impressive and dramatic match, but also feel the deep layers of tactics, human factors, and especially the role of officiating, as shared by former players like Shimange and Burger. Firstly, South Africa's victory was not just a sporting win, it was a statement of their status, resilience, and highly flexible tactical adjustments after the earlier loss in Auckland. Being able to come back, stand strong, and deliver a historic, emphatic win against a team often called a living legend in rugby like New Zealand is clear proof of the Springboks' class and remarkable progress. What caught my attention in particular were Shimange's comments, an experienced former player, about the match officiating. In rugby or football, refereeing is always a double-edged sword. It often goes unnoticed when the result is favourable, but is raised as a major factor when there's a loss. Shimange pointed out that in the first game, when the All Blacks won, no one questioned the refereeing, but when South Africa spoke out after their defeat, they were dismissed as complaining unjustifiably. This raises a big question about how the public, media, and fans perceive fairness in sport. According to Shimange, referee Nika Amashukali did a much better job in the rematch. Calls that were missed earlier were correctly made this time, helping South Africa regain balance, especially in contesting live ball situations where fitness and fighting spirit run high. When refereeing is fair, a team can fully express their potential, and this was clearly reflected in South Africa's victory. But it's not just about the refereeing. Shimange also analysed the All Blacks' weaknesses, particularly in aerial contests. This surprised me because the New Zealand team has long been known as an all-round, balanced group in terms of fitness, skill, and tactics. Their repeated failures in aerial battles indicate they are losing direction, or at least struggling with defensive structures and ball transition. More notably, Shimange expressed doubts about the All Blacks coaching staff. Is the fault with the players, or with coaching strategies? When a top team repeatedly makes the same mistakes, it's fair to question the mindset and preparation of the coaches. It seems the change in leadership has affected the team's form and stability. What Schalk Burger, the Springboks legend, shared further highlighted New Zealand's weaknesses in these two games. The numbers speak volumes: 13 incursions into the 22m zone in the first match, 17 in the second, totaling 30 breaches, and 8 touches down, showing South Africa fully controlled the danger zone. Meanwhile, the All Blacks managed only one impressive ball touch, a rare chance they got close to scoring. This underscores a key point: South Africa played not only effectively, but also with discipline and clear tactics. They didn't get drawn into the All Blacks' fast-paced game. Instead, they used power, solid defence, and maximised scoring chances. Conversely, the All Blacks seemed caught up in trying to prove their toughness, as Burger noted. Overplaying that sometimes backfires, and that's what happened when they lost sight of their main goal, winning, chasing an attractive, but ineffective style of play instead. Another detail that made me think was the notion many had that the All Blacks should avoid playing in Wellington, as if location could determine the result. This shows a lack of accountability when facing defeat. Instead of scrutinising tactics, personnel, and team operations, blame is shifted onto luck or venue. At elite-level sport, resilience and owning responsibility after losses distinguish professionals from the mediocre. Finally, the biggest takeaway from reading the full article is this: sport is not just a physical contest, but a battle of mindset and emotion. In this rematch, South Africa won because they didn't get swept up by arrogance or pressure from their opponents. They kept a cool head, exploited the opponent's weaknesses, played to their strengths, and were supported by fair officiating. That success reflects an entire system, from coaching, tactics, player mentality, to pressure management. In contrast, the All Blacks, despite having world-class names, lost control. Until they honestly reflect, accept reality, and make fundamental adjustments, it will be hard for them to return to their previous dominance. Thanks for being part of my New Zealand rugby journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any epic moments. Big thanks to all the fans.